Today's video is a little bit different from the usual. I am gonna share 5 tips that will help you to plan your next DIY project, which will make your life a little bit easier. And meanwhile, I'm gonna share you a makeover that I showed only on my Instagram stories, and I wanted to share it also here on YouTube. Hi there, here Vera from HomeGal. I present myself, I am a DIYer and I love to flip old and unwanted furniture into something different, and I also love to find sustainable design solution for your everyday home problems. Why don't you follow me on Instagram as well? I am more present there than YouTube, and I share fun posts and content. Anyway, sit back and let's dive in. Repeat with me. Facebook Marketplace. Yes, it's a bit repetitive, but I tell you that is my go-to place when I am looking for a furniture to flip. Here goes the first tip. Find free furniture on Marketplace. Set your custom local radius from your area and search for free furniture. You will be amazed by the result. I will leave a link down below of a blog post I wrote a while ago. Talk a little bit more in depth about this. There is so much free furniture that people get rid of. Most often it's furniture that people try to sell, but they can't find no one that buy them, or they just want to get rid of without compensation. And what free furniture gives you is just the freedom of making mistakes. The only thing you lose of flipping old furniture and it goes wrong is you're losing just time, a little bit of paint, but it gives you the freedom to experiment and to have fun, really. I found this nice stand on Facebook Marketplace for free from an old lady that was moving from the house and didn't want it anymore. And my idea was to give a nightstand as a present for my partner's birthday. And I was looking for something with good bones that I could just clean, sand and paint. Okay, from the picture it doesn't look appealing, like I get that, but hear me out. Nightstand looked sturdy, no damages. The drawer slides were in good working condition, and the hardware could be reused and just give it a good clean and a spray paint. The only step I thought I was going to need was just sanding and painting. That's what I thought. When then I got the piece at home, I started slowly putting together a plan, and I decided that I wanted to add a shelf, an open shelf, for him to put books and such stuff. The second tip I want to share with you is about a laptop and app that I often use to organize my thoughts. It is called Milanote. That I can collect links, images and to-do lists. I can create palettes all in one place. I generally am a person that likes to create visual boards, and I like to brainstorm and collect information. Then I am a person that has a lot of notebooks filled up with ideas and to-do lists and plans and stuff. But what the notebook, what the paper doesn't give you is the tidiness. It's really untidy way of organizing and putting together a plan. In this sense, technology is a gear up. What I most like about this app is that once you finish your project, you can just export the PDF of that visual board that you create and just keep it as a reference in your hard disk. I was looking for something to use that could help me out to actually tidy up my creative thoughts, and this is it's really working. So have you heard about it before? Preparation is key. So I took the nightstand, I gave it a good clean, I removed the hardware and I put it aside for after, and I removed the bottom drawer because that's where I want to add the open shelf. So now it becomes complicated because I just wanted to add the bottom shelf, but then I felt the top was a little bit too thick And so I decided to take the top off and replace it with a new top, which was matching with the bottom. And I have to say, to take off that top, it was really glued nicely and nailed down so good. It was really tricky to take it off. So once we took the top off, we added some brackets so I could screw the top from the inside and hide the screws. It worked out perfectly. So this teaches you never discourage, always find a solution for your problem. There's always a solution, and go ahead with the plan and finish your project, because sometimes you get discouraged and you procrastinate, but you always have to think positive. It always works out. Well, almost always. Talking about mistakes, we often procrastinate. We procrastinate to start a new project. We procrastinate to follow on a project. And sometimes it's because we don't have a clear idea of what the next step is or what the result is gonna be. But we need to remember that paint is temporary and the DIYs can change direction. And so we should just really follow our instincts and our guts, because most of the time it's just gonna work out. And the best thing you can do is to have fun and finish your project, step back, look at it, and feel satisfaction. That's why we do with DIY, you know. It's that feeling of satisfaction, of pride, and fulfillment that you feel when you see the end result of your hard work. In the DIY world, mistakes happens every day, but as I said before, you know, paint is temporary, and the least thing you can lose is a bit of paint, a little bit of glue, and some time. But at the end, you are always learning something new. The next step was to add the legs. Nowadays, furniture without legs are not trendy. I chose this simple round tapered raw wood legs because I knew I was going to paint the legs the same color as the furniture. So what I did, I glued the legs into position, let it dry, and then with the help of my partner we flipped it, and then I added screws from the inside of the shelf. Once every hole and gap was filled up with the putty, and as I sanded down the piece, it was time for painting, which is my favorite part, the painting part. So I haven't shared with you the design yet, so I wanted to paint the top third part of the nightstand the same color as my nightstand, so that there is a cohesion. And then I wanted to give it some masculinity, and so I added this deep watercolor, blue color, to the two bottom thirds of the cabinet, making a straight and crisp line in between the two colors. Over on Instagram, I asked you guys to choose the color, to vote which color you like it the best. But my guts were telling me to go dark and bold. For a crisp line, use masking tape or paint tape, but you just want to mark your line. You paint the first color. Then you let it dry and you apply the tape on top of the first color you painted, following the line that you marked up before. And you use the same first color to seal the gap. What is gonna bleed is gonna bleed the first color. So once you apply then the second color, it won't bleed underneath. You then apply the second color, you take the tape off when it's still wet, and you get a super duper crisp line, guaranteed. After that, I added a trim around the edges of the shelf to hide any gap and to make it like super lax. And I used the putty to seal any gaps, and then sand it down and paint it with the same color. The last two steps, which I didn't record, were just to give a coat of wax for protection, and I just painted the hardware, and I just mounted the hardware back. And this makeover is done. I did this makeover back in May, and up until now the furniture held up so good. The furniture wax did its job perfectly. There's no stains, no paint chips, nothing is perfect. And honestly, this nightstand and the dresser that I made just recently, are two of my favorite jobs, are my little babies. As I often say, to repurpose all the furniture, sometimes you need to reimagine them. Some need just a coat of paint, some other needs a new aesthetic, some other needs a total new purpose and function. Let's not miss out on the fun that is DIYing and making things with your hands from scratch, because making things with your hands help you find that deep connection with yourself and that self-exploration and trust that no other activity can give you, really. Like always, thank you for watching this video, and please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and comment down below if you learned anything new. Till next time, bye!